it's just been such a revelation to me just exactly what goes on at a synod, because this is my first time at a synod. And I understood the process a little bit before I came, but the actual practice of it, of course, is quite different. It's been really interesting to listen to all the interventions, mostly from the bishops in the first few days, but then being broken up into the different small groups. That too really gives us an opportunity for all of us to say what we think about all the different sections in the Instrumental and Laboris, working on the document. And I think the way that the small group system has been expanded has been, because this didn't happen before so much, I think the small group makes, especially the auditors and the married couples, feel as if they're really able to have input. Perhaps they did before, I'm not entirely sure of the system, but I know the system was amended. So working with all these cardinals and archbishops and the other married couples and auditors from around the globe really gives me a very different impression about how the Catholic Church operates, all the different cultural parts that come into these questions, how it makes me really try to reframe things that I'm fairly knowledgeable about, at least I thought I was, but then when we hear all this different input, it's really broadening, and it's very challenging, of course, for that reason. Perhaps we're not into it in terms of time so far as to be able to say, you know, are there areas where we really coalesce or are there areas that divide? I think at the minute where we all are in the document, we're still very much focusing on what is good for the family. And so far, my particular experience is that we're really coalescing on focusing on what the Catholic Church does. At the minute, we haven't even reached the whole question of what we can do pastorally. At the minute, we're still dealing with the challenges to the family. So mainly the work that has come from the previous synod, not so much analysing that because we already have it, but working on how we can actually perhaps amend or, as they said to us, expand on those particular questions. And so at the minute, I think I'm picking up, particularly in my own small group, that there's a really great emphasis on bringing in the cultural parts that perhaps haven't been able to be looked at so much in the first part, and that these will be very much part of the amendments, at least in terms of my group. I suspect the other groups too, which will, so I think we're in agreement about that, and I think that's the focus, to make it as culturally broad and inclusive as possible.